Hey, and good morning. Welcome to Talent Talk. I am really excited for today's episode. We have a special guest here, so stay tuned for that. But I am Ashley Diaz, and with me we have Davina Clarity.
Good morning.
Good morning. We have your boy Steve Chung in the house.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
And how you guys doing this morning? Oh, what?
Oh, nope. I'm doing good. No, I didn't want to forget Christy because she's back there doing all the hard work, making sure this is all running smoothly. She's on all our social medias. So say hi.
Hello.
We're missing Jurgen and Donna today.
We are.
But
we
happy
are.
Memorial Day.
But I think
yes,
tuned in and yes, happy Memorial
Day. That is our actual national holiday.
It really is. What day is it?
It is Memorial Day, Monday, Memorial Day. So we wanted to send a special thank you and shout out and wishing everyone a happy Memorial Day as we remember everyone who has served and who has given during this day. So just a little bit of background on Memorial Day. Memorial Day is observed on the last Monday of May. It's formally known as Decoration Day, or commemorates all men and women who have died in the military service for the United States. Many people visit cemeteries and memorials on Memorial Day, and it's traditionally seen as the start of the summer season. So just a little fun facts and trivia, or not trivia, but knowledge about Memorial Day. So we also, as we celebrate Memorial Day, and actually, did you have something, Davina?
No, go ahead. I'll chime in later. I always have something.
Okay, no worries. But as we celebrate Memorial Day and our national holidays, we always have a trivia question to kind of go with that. So our trivia question today is: Memorial Day was originally honored soldiers who died in which war? So it's a multiple choice question. Choice A is World War II. Was it World War I? Was it the U.S. Civil War? Or was it the Vietnam War? So you should have a multiple choice box up on your screen. Click on your answer. Let us know what you think, and we will bring you the answer at the end of the podcast. So,
I don't know the answer to that question.
Neither do I. So I'm excited to see what it is. But more excited to kind of see what we have about our guest coming up. But before we get to our guest, we wanted to go over a couple of real estate updates for you really quickly. So for John L. Scott, we do have a career night coming up. If you are interested in a career in real estate and want to know what it takes to become a realtor, costs, clock hours, training, all that stuff, we have a career night tomorrow at 5:30. It's going to be a virtual career night. So you could come in and check us out and register on our Facebook page. The other thing that we have coming up is on our Talent Talk. This Thursday, we have Ham Hock Jones. And if you don't know who Ham Hock Jones is, he is quite a character. And he has a food truck here in Pierce County, Washington. And he's doing some amazing things with some ham hock and food and southern dishes. So tune in Thursday for that. And then Wednesday we have our business meeting, which is at 9:30 for our John L. Scott brokers. And then open to all the brokers in the area, to all of our realtor friends and partners. We have Forms Friday. In Forms Friday, we really go over the mechanics and how to use the Northwest MLS forms, and that's at 9:00 on Friday. And if you want to see or join or register for that class, just go to our Facebook webpage, and the links are there for you to register and sign up for any one of those classes. So All right, you guys.
Thanks,
just a quick
Steve.
reminder.
Oh, I was saying thank you.
Oh, welcome, Ashley. And before I throw this over to you, just a quick reminder on a trivia question, which is tied in with Memorial Day weekend or Memorial Day, Memorial Day originally honored soldiers who died in which war? Was it World War II, World War I, the U.S. Civil War, or Vietnam? Pick your answer, and we will give you the answer at the end of the podcast.
Awesome.
Good.
So I see your shirt, Davina, and I wanted to talk a little bit more about Memorial Day because, I mean, really this is the day that we are honoring those men and women who gave the ultimate sacrifice, right? So
Right.
I saw your shirt, and I'm totally missing that.
I know. I decided. Yes, I decided since we have not been gathering for Wear Blue on Saturday mornings that I'd wear it today since it was an appropriate day. So Wear Blue Run to Remember is an organization that was created by a military spouse whose husband lost his life in the war. And so she created this group, and it actually started in DuPont where she would start running, and it's for the fallen, the families, and the fighting. And so it was her therapy. And a lot of people started gathering after and it took a hold. And now around, gosh, I'm not even sure how many military bases around the nation there is Wear Blue, and they gather on a specific day of the week. I don't know if it's Saturdays everywhere, but they all run, and you see the sea of blue. There is the actual link if you are interested in learning more about Wear Blue Run to Remember. But it is an amazing organization, and they go to marathons, so it's like you've got this shirt on, and you see other people at marathons from around the world, and you're like, Wear Blue, and it started right here in our area. So I decided to wear my shirt. But when we get back to it, I'm looking forward to getting back, and we meet at Powderworks Park at 9:00 on Saturday mornings. And it's a really great way to remember those who are fighting and those who have given the ultimate sacrifice, and the families that are holding it up, and the survivors and the families that are still there with their fighting spouses. And family. So
normally there would be a huge run on Memorial Day, and there'd just be a ton of people, and I mean the energy is so awesome. And then you have the time of silence. It's just something special. So
it's a very emotional day, and it is. I think it's one of the biggest days of the year for Wear Blue Memorial Day. Yeah, usually there's, I want to say probably 1,000 people or more are running and walking. People with strollers. It's amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I'm really excited about our guest. So I don't know if you guys know this about her, but her and I go way back. Okay, we graduated Yelm High School together in 2005. Okay, so we go way back. And a fun fact, so she is the one who arranged Raul and I's first date. No joke. Okay?
Wow.
So she is the matchmaker. Because, here I am 15 years later and I'm married to the guy. So she is the matchmaker. Okay. But not only that, but she's also one of our JLS talent family members. So she's a broker in our.
Real quick, Ashley, before we introduce our guest, I think there's something wrong with your mic.
Do you have your finger on your mic?
Do you have your finger covering
I have my AirPods in.
Oh, you're sounding.
Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, you sound fine now. All right, awesome.
Oh, weird. Could you hear anything that I said?
We heard you. It was just muffled a little bit.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Am I still good?
You're good.
You're better.
Okay, cool. So I was saying that Megan is not only all those special things to me, but she's also part of our JLS family. She's in our Lacey office. So anyways, 15 years later, we have husbands, we have babies, we have homes of our own, we have pets, and we manage our real estate businesses together. So we invited Megan on today to chat about her podcast, Boss Ladies and Babies. She hosts a podcast with her best friend, Mickey, where they chat all things fitness, friendship, and balancing this thing called life. And then, they're doing this all while, momming and being a boss babe of their own businesses. So please help me in introducing my friend, who, by the way, runs 10 miles for fun, Megan Gillespie.
I feel like
Hi.
Welcome, Megan.
Hi, guys. I know.
The crowd goes crazy.
Thank you for that intro. That was so awesome. And I'm so excited to be on the show today.
Thank you so much for joining us.
What's your crown? Your Wonder Woman, your queen. Like you're not where's it at?
Oh my gosh, I wish.
Oh,
Thank
she's
you.
wearing it. And she's rocking.
Thank you.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about yourself and about your podcast.
All right. Well, I'm Megan. I have a daughter who is going to be 2 in August. We live in Hawks Prairie. I'm originally from here, moved away to Bellingham for a while, found my husband, and came back to this area. So I've been doing real estate for about 4 years now and just trying to balance everything and do the best that I can at everything in my life. Pretty much sums me up. And the running thing is, I'm crazy.
I want to be crazy.
I don't agree.
Yeah, I want to be crazy. You see, I'm wearing this T-shirt, but I don't run, I walk. So I'm just saying. A little bit later, Megan.
Go for it.
Go ahead. I was just going to say, why did you start the podcast?
Yeah. So I always have so many ideas just going around, and I've always felt like connecting with people on a bigger platform and level is kind of like my life's calling. I love real estate so much because I get to help people so closely, but that's just a handful of people at a time. And so I wanted to try to connect with people on a bigger level. I thought of this idea when I was pregnant. And I was, spiraling on, oh my gosh, I love my career so much. I pride myself on being a boss lady. How the heck am I going to be a mom too and do my best at both of these things? And so I got to thinking, I'm probably not alone in this feeling. I'm sure that there's other women out there that feel like this too. One of those people being my best friend, Mickey, who is a longtime mom. Her kids are much older. They're 4 and 5. Or no, oh my gosh, they're 5 and 6 now. Sorry, I don't even have a concept of time right now. Anyway,
No.
She has a business of her own as well, doing embroidery, and she's just killing it in her life. I thought she'd be the perfect partner to bring on and do this podcast with me and kind of try to connect with other moms who might be struggling.
Awesome. So you started this how long ago?
So we actually started our show in November of 2018, but it was just kind of like a light, side hobby. Just we'd do it whenever we felt like it. We still lived in the same town. Mickey lives in Bellingham still. And it was okay. It was just kind of, we didn't put too much time or energy into it, but we noticed it growing and we were reaching so many women and it felt so powerful that we were impacting so many people. And so this year at the beginning of 2020, even though we're, 3 hours apart, we were virtual already before the quarantine, we decided to commit to the show and we do an episode every single week. We just published our 20th episode for the year 2020. And we also, thank you. We also just added a mini-sode every week where we try to connect more with the boss business side because our full shows are, just kind of like mom life. We have guests on in different aspects of mom life or business, but we really wanted to do like a short 10 to 15 minute show to connect with boss ladies too.
Nice. Every time starting something new and as you grow, there's always like that interpretation or that fear of as you grow and doing something new. I guess what's the biggest fear that you had before you did your first one, or even as you grow, and how did you overcome those fears?
Oh my gosh. So, I mean, it's hard to put yourself out there in general. And, you know, you have a little bit more comfort because you're behind a microphone and people can't see you. But just putting yourself out there, I mean, we try to be really raw and real and stay authentic. And, you know, because we're not trying to sugarcoat anything. This is mom life. This is boss lady life. It's hard. It can be messy and ugly and embarrassing. And it can be also really awesome. But just that fear of being vulnerable, putting yourself out there. And what if people don't like it? Or even worse, what if I think I'm helping people, but I'm not? I mean, it's just, you want to give this value to people. You want people to relate, and, you know, just rejection, I guess. And, you know, not being understood probably.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
That. So how, you know, how's the podcast like helped you like personally in business, in relationships? Like maybe touch on that.
Yeah. Well, first of all, for my friendship with my friend Mickey, I mean, we're 3 hours away. So we have a date to connect every single week, which is awesome because, again, mom, boss lady life, anybody's life, you're so busy, you don't have that time, you know, to just call a friend usually. Also, the guests we get on, I'm able to meet a variety of different people. Most of our guests are strangers, which can be intimidating, but also really fun to get to know people over, you know, a vulnerable experience. And so just building my community of people that I know, but then also for my friends and listeners to just get to see a side of me that they wouldn't see in business. You know, if I'm doing a personal interaction with you or business transaction, I'm not going to roll off like, oh my gosh, my kid was a monster this morning. You know, they're not going to see that struggle side of me, because I do like to hold myself very professional, even though I want to be real. For me, real is also being, you know, a buttoned up professional when I need to be. And so it's nice for people to be able to relate to me and for me to relate to them on that different level, and kind of share our highs and lows and our struggles and our everything together, on that vulnerable space.
Yeah, I really love the podcast because it's so real and so raw. It's totally relatable, and I really enjoy listening to them. But kind of on that note, is there somebody or a podcast that inspires you and Mickey?
Yeah, absolutely. Guilty pleasure. I'm a huge Bachelor fan. Bachelor Nation, like, love everything about it. And ironically, around the same time that I was, you know, tumbling this idea around in my head, two of my favorite Bachelor alumni, Jade and Carly, they're also best friends, and they had babies around the same time. And they started a podcast, and I was like, wait, that was my idea. You know, it's different than ours. It's not related to Boss Lady. It's just kind of like a mom life podcast. But it's just refreshing to hear. And I like hearing that. I like hearing that I'm not alone. And so they're probably who I look up to the most in the podcast space. But just any moms out there that are talking about real life and what they're doing, and just kind of, you know, showing the world, like, I can do it all. I don't have to be just a mom or just a boss lady or just, you know, one thing. I don't have to put myself in this box. Instagram, social media has been huge for watching people share their experiences. And so any of you mamas out there that are sharing are kind of like my inspiration.
Ashley, so speaking of moms and boss lady, I'm looking at Ashley. Ashley, you don't know I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, girl. Okay, so, you were on Megan's show, right? What happened? Tell us about that. How'd that go?
Yeah, I had so much fun. One, because it's not live, and that was way more comforting to have a conversation. And it was, I think back, and it was right when quarantine started. And so I thought I was going to be super mom. I had like the schedule that we were going to do every day. And then we were like killing it. And then we got deeper into quarantine. So anyways, it was just so fun just chatting, you know, all things that, you know, you want to talk, you know, it was like a venting session almost.
Yeah.
And it was, you know, with people who could relate, and it was so much fun. So Megan, if somebody out here is listening and they're a boss lady and they have babies, can they reach out to you maybe if they're interested in jumping on your show with you?
Absolutely. We love having all kinds of guests, even if you don't have babies and you're just a businesswoman who feel like, you want to chat with us. We're open to speaking with anyone who wants to share. And yeah, we loved having you on, Ashley. That was so much fun. It just was like a trip down memory lane. I had two of my best friends, like, can't get any better than that.
Yeah, that was awesome. So, maybe jumping to the other side of it, because I know now we're getting into, like, we've been forced to get into, like, this digital age, right? It's everything everybody, I think, has been trying to do, like, with more videos. And but with the quarantine, I think everyone's kind of had a chance to dive into it a little bit more. So, Megan, do you have any advice for anybody who's thinking of maybe starting a podcast?
Yes, just go for it. Okay, I am literally one of the least techie people in the world, and we had no idea what we were doing. And also, this is just a hobby, and so I didn't want to spend hundreds of dollars on fancy microphones, technology, and all of that. So we just record our podcast from our phones. Where did it go? I have this tiny little microphone that I bought from Amazon that may or may not work. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not. I mean, just go for it. You don't have to have fancy technology to put yourself out there. If you have something to say, which we all have something to say, people want to listen to it, especially right now. Everyone is so bored and they're just looking to connect and they're looking to feel not alone. So just, you're behind a microphone, nobody can see you. Just go for it.
Awesome. That's good. Progress, not perfection, right?
Exactly. I mean, keep it real too. People want to see that. They want to see that life can be messy and it's not always so perfect.
I love it. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
Wow. Megan, you are awesome, girl.
Thank you. You guys are awesome. This is so fun.
So where can we find you on social media, Megan?
So on my Instagram, my real estate / kind of personal page is at Keeping It Real Estate 360. And you can just find me on Facebook, Megan Gillespie, Realtor. And then our Boss Ladies and Babies, you can find us on Instagram at Boss Ladies and Babies, Facebook Boss Ladies and Babies. And you can find our podcast basically anywhere that you listen to podcasts.
So she is all over the place.
Everywhere. She's killing it.
The link is here. And what day or when is your when is it? Is it just there or is it there a specific time? Or
it's there forever, so you can go all the way back to the beginning. Well, I would not recommend that. But new episodes come out every Thursday. Our blab, Boss Ladies and Babies, we call it our business blab. That's the mini episode I was talking about, just that talks about business tips. Those come out on Tuesdays, and they stay there forever. So for better or worse.
Awesome. Well, love it.
Well, Megan, can you stick around a little bit while we
I'd love to
jump into some headlines?
Absolutely.
Thank you again.
Sorry, guys.
That was a short intro. That was great. All right. Headlines. All right, here we go. Some headlines. We're going to run through them real quick and just give you a little bit of a run through of what's going on in the headlines today. So our first headline is 21 counties have been approved so far in the state of Washington for phase 2 reopening. We know that we are on the way. We are on the way. This is from Q13 News. So if you want to get a little bit more information about what's going on, go ahead and click on that link. Headline number 2. Guidance for fall classes coming soon for Washington school districts. All of us are wondering what's going to happen as we get into the fall. King 5 News has a story on that. Also, headline number 3. Okay, so it's Memorial Day. Are you staying in? Most of us are staying in this year. So how are we going to watch some Memorial Day events? There are some events that are going to be going on and they're going to be live streamed. So this is from ABC News. So really interesting. And then also on Memorial Day, there is a virtual Memorial Day that observance that is on being presented by the Tacoma Historical Society. That's from the Suburban Times. And then this is all real estate now, kind of getting into the real estate realm. Interesting, hot rooms. Are hot rooms cooling? We're not talking about saunas. We're not talking about hot yoga. These are actually rooms that are quote unquote buzz rooms for people that attract them into a home. And those rooms are starting to cool down. They're not as hot anymore. If you want to be curious, yeah, go on to that one. Interest rates. So, oh my gosh, like this is no secret. Interest rates are low. There's a story on KCM blog. They hover near historic all-time lows. You guys got to click on the link to see where we are. Great time to buy. See what that looks like for you in your pocket. And then as we move into sports, how many of you sports fans out there are missing it? Well, NBA is talking about resuming their season with single-site games at Walt Disney's ESPN complex in Orlando. So that's from Deadline. And then the next one also regarding Orlando Disneyland. Oh my gosh. Well, Universal Orlando parks will reopen June 5th. Don't everybody go rushing at once or else it's going to be too busy. Wow. Or so
they're already busy in the normal time.
Right. Yeah, and there are some memorial quotes of the day. There's a link from Success 24 in honor of our nation's heroes. So go and take a look at some amazing quotes to honor those for the day that we're celebrating. And those are the headlines.
Nice, Davina.
I feel like that was quick, wasn't it?
That was good. That was perfect.
Perfect.
So I'm going to jump into the tip of the day.
Thanks, Christy.
Oh, man. Okay. So you real estate agents out there, the tip of the day is think of 3 people today that you're grateful for. Reach out to them and thank them. There you go.
That's a real easy tip, isn't it?
That's a good one to do every day.
I know, right? I'm like, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Right. Give me your hand. Come on, give me your hand, guys. I'm reaching out. No.
We did our tip of the day.
I know. It is, but it's really, though, it is really important for us to remember. And 3 people is super easy. And it could be anyone, honestly, because we always think about tips in real estate and we're gonna, okay, gosh, it needs to be a past client or it needs to be someone that, but like anyone, like it could be a family member, a friend, anyone, just reach out and thank them. Just show some gratitude,
For sure.
So, super easy to do. It's just having that intention to actually do something. So what is I guess we're going to be moving into, I feel like we're moving so fast this morning. We all have those barbecues we got to get ready to go attend. Right? Like today, like seriously, I was reading something about, the national travel and like no one is really going to be out on the roads. Like normally before holiday gas prices skyrocket, didn't happen. I think gas did go up just a little bit. My daughter was complaining that it went up like to $2.59 or something like that. Anyway, things are, it's different. Normally we're out getting ready to barbecue or go visit friends and we're all kind of staying in this year, right? Are you guys, how are you feeling about just holiday? This is the major holiday that we have. We did have Easter in quarantine, we had Mother's Day in quarantine. And now here we are, Memorial Day. This is a major holiday in quarantine.
Yeah. It's a whole new different, as you celebrate. It's like, what can we do and what, where can we go? How do we do it safely as we, just kind of social distance? So It's just, it's different. Yes. Normally this is the time of our family, we normally do camping a lot, and well, it's raining. We are like fair weather campers, but still it would be nice to go out.
Yeah. I heard Ocean Shores is open. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. There's a lot of people out there on the coast.
Yeah.
I don't know if the city actually had it open, because I think a couple of months ago they had their sign up there as you enter the city, which was kind of funny.
Yeah, I think they did open, and I heard that and even in some other counties like Seabrook, they're in phase 2. So you can actually go to a restaurant, and you can, so.
I think Seabrook is open.
Mm-hmm.
Pacific Beach is open, and I am not going to tell you guys how I know that. No, I've never been out here before, and it is so cool. I'm in Seabrook, so
I didn't ask. I noticed your background was different, and I did not even ask. See, look. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Seabrook right before, like the first weekend in March, before all of this was really going down. It was kind of like, ooh, coronavirus. Like, we'll be careful, but oh my gosh, it's so cute there.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah,
so amazing.
All right.
I was thinking about what Pat said about the barbecue was yesterday, and today for me personally, I think it's probably going to be okay if I stay in today, just because it's kind of gloomy out.
It is.
So,
it is. My husband still decided he was going to go play golf. I'm like, he says he's a fair golfer, and I'm like, it's raining. He said so. I'm like, okay.
Have to get out of the house.
There's those diehard golfers. Rain, they're out there. They are.
Yeah.
Umbrella, swinging their clubs. Yeah.
It's a man thing I wouldn't understand.
So, kind of going into final thoughts, I had something, if that's okay, if I go ahead and jump to that.
Yeah. What about our answer?
Oh gosh, I totally forgot about trivia. Yeah, let's do that.
Hey guys, good morning.
Hi,
Morning, Christy.
So a few shout outs before we get started on the trivia answer. So good morning, Jacob, Lori, Scott, Randy, Heather, Joe, Bill, Jack, and then Lindsay, Pat. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone.
All right. So today's trivia question is, Memorial Day originally honored soldiers who died in which war? Was it World War II, World War I, the U.S. Civil War, or the Vietnam War? And the answer is the Civil War. Memorial Day was a response to the unprecedented carnage of the Civil War, in which a total of over 620,000 soldiers died between both sides.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Okay.
So it goes back.
Yeah.
Nice to see those.
It is. You can get out today if you want, and this weekend, or even as things start opening up, just maintaining the social distancing. There's a lot of sights to see and things to see, and a lot of scenery. So can't just stay in the house. Got to get out. I went for a really nice walk yesterday too. Even just the scenery here nearby is, get some fresh air.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Ashley, before we wrap up here, you had something you wanted to.
Yeah. And, for anybody who is listening and who maybe is or was thinking about a career in real estate, we do have our career night tomorrow. So one thing I was thinking, if you have kids maybe, and you're thinking, how am I supposed to do real estate and have kids? Reach out to Megan or I, Davina. All of us are parents, and we're all doing real estate. So feel free to reach out to us, and we can tell you a little bit more about it. But then also come to career night, because it is, really gives you a look into what it will be like as a career, or as a being in a real estate career. So that's tomorrow. And can you guys remind me what time?
5:30.
Awesome.
And I believe the link is there in the chat, and you can also go to our website. We have a bunch of links that get us to it. But if you go to DuPontJBLM.com or LaceyOlympiaHomes.com or OlympiaLaceyHomes.com. You can click on our links or the events and calendars there, and you can see what we have going on that you can tap into. You can also RSVP right there in our calendar. So
awesome.
Yep.
Awesome.
And there's right there, Christy, you the bomb, girl. You the bomb.
She rocks. Totally rocks.
Christy rocks. So
any more final words, final thoughts?
I would just say, just on this Memorial Day, just thank you, for, our military families. Like, we all have a connection to military, being a military spouse. I know that we've all, have some type of connection there into the military. And if our community is, it's the thread of our community. And just want to thank our military and our families and the fighting, and on this Memorial Day, but not just today, every day, for the sacrifices that you make. And it does not go unseen. And just from the bottom of our hearts, thank you for the service.
Thank you. Absolutely, Davina. Yep. And Megan, do you have a final word for us or closing thought?
Sure. I think, we joke about doing it all and wanting to do it all as moms and parents and boss ladies in general. But my biggest tip that I could give people is just to give yourself some grace. If you're trying to do everything at 100%, you're not going to do anything at 100%. So give yourself that leeway to kind of, break up the time, take off the hat when you need to, switch it up. And that's going to be the best way to go about things.
I love it. Love it. Thank you, Megan. So, all right, you guys, we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. I feel like I am surrounded by like 3 awesome boss ladies today, and Megan, having you on so fits. I appreciate you coming on. It's been great having you. I love the message. I love the podcast and where you're taking it. It's awesome. So thank you, Megan.
Thank you.
And thank all of you girls. I am grateful for having you guys here. You guys are awesome, and you guys are always help me feel like it brings me up, just makes me want to be a better person. I almost feel like I want to be a boss lady now. Just drive.
You can be anything you want to be, Steve.
Thank you. I'm every woman. Come on, Steve, say it. I'm every woman.
I'm every woman. Get the sing along going. All right, you guys. I appreciate you guys. I love you girls. So as we wrap up, we just want to thank you. Wish you guys a happy Memorial Day. And to piggyback on what Davina said, thank you for everyone out there for the sacrifices that you make. So we will wrap this up as we normally do with the Big B Bold. So on the count of 3, let everyone hear it. 1, 2, 3. Be bold.
Be bold.
Peace out, everybody.
Bye, guys.